TV part 1. Good everyone. How are we all doing today?
Very well.
Are we sure? Why am I forgetting that your name again? Mr. Adeniyi, yes. So what's your name? Oh, you told me earlier. Mr. Kunle, Mr. Adeniyi, okay. I'll remember. So, we are here again today. A good number of us left us for a while. They left us for a while. We're happy to have you back, okay? We're happy to have you back. So once again, I'd like to welcome each and every one of us to this week's GTEXT HOMES Consultant Program Training. Those of us who are, okay, we are not yet streaming online, but for those who would watch this clip later on YouTube, you are also welcome. As we say, we are Africa's fastest growing real estate company, building green and smart homes. Why are we doing green and smart homes? Because of the effect of global warming, effect of climate change on our world. So we don't just want to do the normal kind of housing solutions real estate companies provide. It's also a time where technology is helping us do a lot of things quite easily. So at GTEXT HOMES, we feel we should leverage on technology, leverage on innovation to build homes for people. So that's basically what we do. And here, our core values are excellence, innovation, integrity, and energy. These are the core values that we exhibit in GTEXT HOMES. And the GCP is purely the sales arm of GTEXT HOMES. That's part that helps the company to drive sales. That is basically what the GCP is all about. And that's why the GCP, our slogan is, you sell, you earn, and what? Be happy. Life is all about happiness. That's what life is all about. Happiness. Happiness. A lot of people would argue that money doesn't give happiness. Well, money does give a lot of happiness. Money solves a lot of problems. With money, you can live life on your own terms. You can do whatever it is you choose to do. So when you sell here, you earn. So you can either earn the earnings here for us at GTEXT HOMES is not just the money you get from the commissions you make when you sell. It's way beyond that. It's not just about the commissions. And commissions doesn't necessarily connote money. That's one of the things I and some of the management staff we are currently learning at the Grant Cardone Sales Training University. So the management of GTEXT HOMES thought it wise to enroll us in a 3-month course with Grant Cardone. Cost millions for you to be able to get to enroll anyway. So some of the things we are learning now is that commissions go beyond money. Okay? So when you do a good job and you are recognized for it, somebody tells you, well done, you did well, that's a form of commission. When you work somewhere and you're able to perform to the point that you satisfy your employers or the decision makers and they promote you, that's some form of commission. Even if you have a spouse and at home you do something, your spouse appreciates what you do. Oh, honey, I love you. Honey, thank you. That's a form of commission. So it goes beyond money. When you also learn, you get knowledge, it's a form of commission. I keep on saying this every time, that the GCP is not only where you have the sole focus of wanting to make money through sale of land. There are other ways you can also generate money through the GCP without necessarily selling land and getting commission. So for example, you continue to build your knowledge around the real estate industry, and then someday some firm somewhere, or somebody you had even pitched to, comes up with this noble idea of wanting to start up a real estate company, or even know somebody who wants to start, and because of the professional knowledge that you have, you are being asked to come on board and offer consultancy services. You also earn in that process. And by the way, one of the things I also learned in the Grant Cardone Sales Training University is that a professional is not necessarily somebody who has stayed long in something. So for example, you find somebody who tells you, I've been teaching for 50 years. That doesn't make you a professional. You find somebody who tells you, I've been selling lands and properties for the past 10 years. That doesn't make you a professional. What makes you a professional is that you engage in a specified activity as a main occupation, and then while you're at it, whether for 6 months, whether for 5 years, whether for 10 years, whether for 50 or 100 years, you keep learning. That is what makes you a professional. So that you're doing something and you're learning at it, you're getting new knowledge every day. That is what makes you a professional. But that you're doing something and you're not improving your knowledge, the world is moving fast and you're still years behind. No, you are not a professional. Are we together? Okay. So if you know this company too well, if you understand how this company started, it's out there in the open. This company was originally known for land banking. And the first estate we started selling was Sapphire Estate in Ikorodu. That was when we started selling these estates. Sapphire Estate, that was the first estate we started selling. And then the company haven't even achieved the much progress it has achieved in that particular estate. Today, when you go to Sapphire Estate, you can conveniently, comfortably walk around the estate. It wasn't like that then. When the company bought the estate newly, those who go there will stand miles away and point. Then there was no boundary. You couldn't say this was where Sapphire started from. This was where it ended. So imagine you stand miles away, and even at miles away, miles apart you are from the estate, you are not even seeing any access road. You're just seeing bushes all around you. So you don't even know where the person is pointing at. That was how the estate started selling out. So the first few sales were basically based on trust. So that is one of the things I've also learned from Dr. Stephen Akintayo, that as a salesperson, you need to show up what we call your social capital. So your social capital is more or less like your perceived value, how people see you. It's not necessarily who you are, but it's more like a reflection of you from a distance. Those who do not really know you. So perceived value is basically built in the online space. That's where you build your perceived value. So from a distance, when people see you, what impression do they have about you? So it is that mindset, that information they have of you, that will determine how far their relationship with you will go, if they are going to do business with you or not. So the simple reason why some of our trainers like Dr. Adeyemi would come here and tell us that as salespeople, in order for you to be able to attract millions, you need to also look like a millionaire. It's simply because people will do business with you based on your social capital, based on the perceived value they have of you. It's as simple as that. And people do not necessarily buy products. They first buy you. They buy your feeling. And that's what we call brand. So when you hear about the word brand is not necessarily that product that is being sold. No. The feeling people have about that product, that is the brand. So that is what people buy. That is exactly what people buy, and not what you are selling. So we need to do a lot of work in the area of building up our social capital. We need to. Dr. Stephen Akintayo is somebody who does it consistently and repeatedly. So when you see him meet somebody and he posts a picture, he makes a post, it's a way of building up his social capital. So let me give you a good example. Some time ago, we had some issues, very minor issues with some of our clients, especially those in Sapphire Estates, about 1 or 2 persons. So it was a big problem for the clients. It was a big problem. And so the client threatened fire and brimstone, was going to do this, I'm going to sue you people, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then, so it was just by, MD wasn't even aware about this client's issue. So, I don't know how many of us saw when he met Femi Falana, when he had breakfast with Femi Falana. About a few days after that post, so this client sends a mail to the office, and you know when you first approach somebody, you're coming with full force, you want to fight, and all of a sudden you retract, you start, what's going on? So we reached out to her. Women have issues. They do. So we reached out to her and she was all calm, gentle. It's not as if that I don't know you people will resolve the issue. It's not as if I don't trust your company. But you know. So you people even have SAN. Yeah, you know Femi Falana. That's interesting. And that was how it was easy for us to be able to manage that problem. So people will always have trust issues. It's a well-established fact, whether you like it or not. In business, sales, people will always have trust issues. But your ability to be able to communicate with them, your ability to be able to say, this is who you are, you don't even need to even say it. They should see it. That is what matters. That is how you can be able to manage some of these issues that may emanate from clients. And that's the one simple reason when consultants reach out to me and say they have a client they want to take to site. One of the things I seek to make you do is to bring that client to the office. I do it all of the time. Bring the person to the office. You know why? If you run a real estate company, you are a bank. People keep their monies with you. You are their bank. That's the truth. So how does somebody give you money? The person doesn't really know where your office is. One day, if the person hears anything over the internet, or somebody just tells, maybe somebody just visits, maybe a close friend who has been scammed before, or knows somebody who had an ugly experience with land, and the person gets to confide in that person that, hey, there's this land I just bought too. How come? The person starts, and then where is the office? I shall know their MD. And somebody that said, in this 21st century, year 2021, you don't know somebody's office and you're doing business with them. That was how the person starts giving him or her instances of some people that have been hoodwinked in the past before. And then because this person is more trusted, he or she would want to believe that person. And then the person starts calling you. That my land, when did you people say you are going to send my document to me? You've not finished paying. Okay, the one I've even paid for. Take me to the land. I want to see it. There are some questions clients will ask. There are some things clients would say to you. You would know it's from the area of trust. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. So that's the more reason I usually, when GCP members reach out to me, please, can you help us organize? I have somebody I want to take to site. Okay, no problem. When do you want us to go? This. Okay. asked the inspection manager to finalize the plans. Before you go, please bring the person to the office. It's important. It's a way to build trust. So when that person comes, the person says that, okay, these people, they have a fiscal office. They're not going to run away with my money. So these are deliberate things we can do to build trust with prospects and clients. Now, I'm not even the most difficult of prospects and clients. Somehow along the line, there's the need for you to build trust with them. Sometimes they may not even buy from you, but it's good you maintain a cordial relationship with them. You never can tell. You never can tell. So somebody sold 2 plots of Beryl Abuja in our office 2 weeks back. Good sale, very wonderful testimony. How did this happen? Reached out to you. Sir, you responded to one of our ads on Facebook about Beryl Abuja. You said you were interested. I'm reaching out now to confirm and reconfirm your interest, sir. Would you still be interested in the land? Where is the land? Could do in Abuja? How much is it? Blah, blah. You know what? I'm not interested. Cuts the call. She reaches out again. Okay, so before she reached out in 2 days' time, she sent the man broadcast message. And then she reached out again. Sir, it's me from GTEXT HOMES. I'm still calling to... I told you I'm not interested. Okay, sir, please, just one more thing, sir, please. Even if you're not interested, sir, do you know anybody that can be interested? Do you see it now? And then 2, 3, 4 calls after then, the person was able to, okay, recommend somebody to her, refer. And then it was that person who bought 2 plots. It was that person who eventually bought. So sometimes, yes, person that he referred to the staff who called. So sometimes you may have somebody who may not want to buy for very good reasons. It's not a must that somebody will buy what you are selling. It's not a must. So sometimes you can be lucky enough to also get referrals. It doesn't work all of the time, but sometimes it does work. Sometimes these things does work. So we need to keep at it. We really, really need to keep at it. And it's important for us to keep at it because GTEXT HOMES is moving at the speed of light now. That's the truth. We are doing a lot this year. Our goals are audacious. That even us, the staff, we get scared when we see some of these goals. We get scared when we see them. But we know we can achieve them. We know, and definitely we will. If you know the story of this company, when we tell you things, don't doubt us. If you know how this company started, when we say these things are achievable, this is what we want to do, then they are achievable. Even the Dubai office that was opened in January, no one saw it coming. A lot of people doubted the possibility, but it happened. So until you have goals that scare you, until you tell the person seated next to you that this is your plan, and the person tells you you are crazy, then you are not yet ready. So you must be able to aim for the stars. You must have big dreams, big goals. You must aspire for things that are bigger than you. You must. It doesn't matter whether you end up at... Nobody has been arrested for failing. Nobody. Oh, you were not able to achieve this. You said you were going to do this year. You did not do it. You are under arrest. Nobody. So it's even better to try than not to even attempt anything at all. See, this thing is true. A lot of us limit ourselves. I've been there before too. I know some occasions where I've limited myself. But just one word of motivation, I was able to get my mojo back, and it helped me achieve that which I thought I wasn't going to be able to achieve. So we need to constantly push ourselves. We need to. Again, I'll still share Grant Cardone. So you know why? In fact, for the next 3 months, anywhere I am and you hear me speak, just know I'm going to mention Grant Cardone. Because it's a 3-month training course. And we have about 150 videos to watch. So every day, the management structured it in such a way that from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., you get to do a particular topic. So after watching the video, you have some exams, tests that you would take, and you must have 100%. If you fail, you go back, you start again. And you see that video, you can't fast forward it, but you can rewind. And at the end of the 1 hour, everything records, and the sales manager gets the results, the report of everything, your training for that day. Any day you miss a class, 3,000 naira gets deducted from your salary. Any day you don't watch it, 3,000 naira gets deducted from your salary. So it's a 3-month course. We have 150 videos that we're going to watch. So every Sunday evening, we have a Zoom meeting with our coach, somebody that Grant Cardone assigned to us. So the person reviews your activities for the week, and then we do a lot of role plays. Every day at 3 p.m., people from all over the world connect to role play, 3 p.m. every day. So you see top CEOs, you see people who are well-rooted in sales. They role play. There's no way you will not learn. It's not possible. And they don't teach you things that are abstract. These are people that are core salespeople. They understand these things. So one of the things I've also learned, 20 traits of someone with a great attitude, is that you surround yourself with positive people. People who can push you, who can motivate you. There's something our process manager says to us in the office. If you're in a room and you are the smartest in that room, you need to get out of that room. You need to get out of that room. So we need to keep learning. That's the point. We need to. The day you stop learning, that's the day you die. We need to keep learning. We need to. And you need to keep motivating yourself, because that's the only way you can. I mean, there's bad news everywhere. There's bad news everywhere. You turn left, right, and center, it's bad news every, the Nigerian economy, this, that. But not only Nigeria, all over the world. It's not. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The difference between us and the white is that most times we tend to push the bad news more than the good ones. They have a way of managing their evils. They don't push the bad ones out there. So we think it's all rosy there. No, it's not. It's not. So guys, we need to step up. We need to. And it's important because GTEXT Homes is moving. We are transiting from a company that is known for just sale of lands to a company that is now doing core housing schemes. But not just any kind of housing schemes. Houses that are smart and green. We've started that at Jasper, and soon it's going to be completed. In fact, as a matter of to show you the future, what we are building, soonest, we may have some of our estate names change. I won't reveal that yet. I won't reveal that yet. So there are a lot that we want to achieve. A lot. If I start telling you some of those things, if I start sharing them with you, you'll be like, And for us, that is a good sign. When we say what we want to do and people doubt us, it shows that yes, we can get this thing doing. Same thing too. When we sit at the management meeting or MD suggests these things to us, some of us will be like, sir. I'll be like, now it's going to get done. But if you had said it and you don't show any disbelief, any sign of doubt, then you haven't started. So we also need to be at par with what the company wants to do. So we'll be doing more of houses now. Soonest, we are going to stop the marketing of lands. Soonest, that's going to stop. So we need us to begin to understand what the company wants to do. So how can you also come in and also market these houses? So these are some of the things we will do today. So we'll unveil the Gardenia at 4 p.m. The MD will be the one to take charge of that. And then Dr. Adeyemi Adeniyi will be here to also explain some of the features of the Gardenia to us and what we can also do in order to be able to sell this Gardenia. I just received a notification now. Grant Cardone sales rally has begun. Please join. Oh. So that's it. The Gardenia, and we're going to do that across. We'll start with 5 of our estates. Berry 1.
There's 23 videos in here just on internet lead response. Yeah. Okay. After the initial
Berry 1, Berry 2, Sapphire, Jasper Lagos, and Jasper Abuja.
Yeah, then you go to your follow-up routine, which is also including sort of a start. Yeah.
So the Zoom meeting is on now, the webinar. Grant Cardone Sales University training.
There's not enough content on one particular topic.
So you have the majorly white people.
Tell yourself a little bit because you don't fully understand what Grant's actually saying and you haven't fully applied it to your job. Okay, there's not enough info on follow-up. Huh? Yeah, right. Have you called every single one of your leads between 8 and 12 times? I didn't think so. Okay.
Fortunately, I won't participate in today's one because I'm here.
I promise you, there's enough in here. You just got to do the work.
Sir? No, it's not this one. The one your salary gets deducted is the training, the lecture itself, which holds in the morning, 7 to 8 a.m. You must watch those ones. You must. If not, you enter troubles. Okay, so there was something I said I was going to do today. We did it a few weeks back and I got a lot of reviews. It's about us, GCP members. It's about us. As I said, the GCP was birthed primarily to be able to increase the sales revenue of the company, while also giving opportunities to people to also make money. And we understood a lot of people needed to be equipped with the necessary skills. Some persons may be disadvantaged in the area of sales. So you have somebody who barely knows nothing about real estate or sales, showing interest to come and sell for you. After a period of time down the line, if the person is unable to do anything, make sales, you may not necessarily put all the blames on the person because the person is disadvantaged in some areas. So that's why every time we organize these trainings for us, we also take us on various site inspections. So one, to build trust, so you get to see that what this company is selling exists, they have it. They're not just selling it on paper, it exists. 2, it also helps to increase your product knowledge. That's why we take us on some of these site inspections. But for some months now, the GCP has fared badly in terms of sales. The last time we had GCP members sell was February. And most of the sales were even the Dubai apartments, which is also good for the company. But lately, since middle of February till now, we've not had one GCP member sell. And that's why if you are active in any of the WhatsApp groups, you would also notice and agree with me that during this period, we've not posted any flyer congratulating anybody for selling. So nobody has sold. and it gives me, the GCP manager, a lot of concerns. It worries me. But most of the clients you see, it's also about trust. It's about trust. We understand these things, and we don't take offense when people come forward to say, oh, please, let me see the document on that land. It's not an issue. So if you have such clients who want to see the document, you can always reach out to us. If it's the layout to give to you, if it's a land that has been gazetted, we also show you that this is. But we're always careful. We're always very, very careful. We don't just, somebody doesn't just come and let me see the title on the land, we'll give you. No, we don't do that. We're always careful in releasing these documents. But it's something we can show to a client who wants to see. Again, it depends on the title on the land. Okay? So for a land that is that is being excised, the much we can show to you is perhaps the deed of assignment between us and the family we are buying from, and then receipts of payments that we've made that will prove to you that, oh, truly, these people are making these commitments. But again, it also depends on your own understanding of how land titles and land documentation works. It largely depends on it. Okay? You know,
there were two, for example, now that it is a gazette.
yes.
So the client wants to confirm, of course, as an exercise,
If a client wants to confirm, we'll show you the deed of assignment between us and the family. Show you copy of the gazette. If you also want to see receipt of the payments we made, we may show you that one too. That's what we'll show you for a land that is that has been gazetted. If it's a CFO, you get to see a copy of the CFO and other things too. Okay? So these are some of the things.
Okay, now let me ask a question. The decision in progress that you said, assuming GTEXT was from them, from the family, that means their survey not change the name from the family to company's name. Have you?
No, yeah. Once they will do the survey with their GTEXT. Once you buy from the survey with their the name of
that means GTEXT have to do a survey.
Yes.
To change
it.
from the family to their own name.
Am I right, sir?
Well, it's neither here nor there.
Okay.
For a family that is transferring ownership to us, maybe there's a deed of assignment, they will give us their own survey plan. We'll have it. Then we also have our own survey plan for that land. You know why it's like that? Most times, when you see a land that has been gazetted or is under excision, there is always another part of that land that you are not seeing. So you can have a 10-acre size of land. 10 acre is small. Is it not small? Is 10 acre big enough? So it's big. So, for example, you can have a 10-acre size of land, and then you approach a family to buy from them. Now, two things are involved. One is that out of that 10-acre, government may have released only 4 to them. That's the first condition. The second condition is that there could be more in that 10-acre. So it could even be 50. But it's just that 10-acre. It's just that 10-acre that government has released. So those are the two conditions, whichever one. Now that part that has been released, okay, you now choose to buy. It is that part that has been released that will be sold to you. But because of the bureaucracy around land title registration in Nigeria, because of the bureaucracy involved, the main document you may cite at the point of buying from the family as a developer may even be the one that has both the excised and the unexcised parts. I don't know if that's clear. And then you, who then buy from the family, they give you, these things happen. It happens. It's everywhere. And then when you buy from the family, they give you a deed of assignment showing transfer of ownership between you and them. Okay? And then there are other receipts of payment and what have you. So you now begin with your lawyer and the family's lawyers to begin to perfect that part which you've bought. So sometimes these things take time. It is not the company's fault, neither is it the family's fault. These things take time. That is why it is always in your best interest. Before you buy any land, see, it doesn't matter if the land has a C of O. Before you buy any land, make sure that there is peace on that land. The family is aware that they've sold to so people and they are at peace with one another. Once that happens, even if it is in 100 years' time, you can't hear of any issue of that land. I don't know how many of us have heard about the land, Canaan land. When did they get their C of O? After how many years? Ask questions. As big as the church is, because there is peace on the land. So once that is established, then you are good to go. If you go and get a land that has a C of O, and there's problem on the land, the Omoniles, the families, are not at peace with you. Even if government gives you C of O, you can't build in the air now. They will still disturb you. You'll still not be able to do anything. So these are some of the things that go on at the background that some of us are not even aware of. Again, it's also important you know this. So when you... Okay, it's 4 already. Again, when you buy any piece of land from maybe a family or an owner, okay, and the land has a gazette or a C of O, or is even a freehold, as the case may be, if there's no governor's consent, in any case. Now, the governor's consent must not necessarily be given to the individual. If there's no governor's consent, both you and the person you're buying from, now don't enter wahala.
I don't understand that. You know, if you're buying a land that has a C of O, they'll definitely give you, like you said, a deed of assignment. Now, you can go and process a governor's consent with that. Alright? Now, because if I'm the owner of C of O, if I own a land and I have C of O, I don't need a governor's consent again.
If you have a land with C of O and you want to sell to me, are you aware that the Land Use Act of 1978 stipulates that before you sell even 1 square feet to anybody, before you even transfer ownership, whether by gifts or by monetary whatever, you must inform the governor?
Of course.
You are aware?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, because you're saying if I
to
don't
C
have
of O of a
exactly.
particular land.
I know because the way he said it, probably I confused.
Oh,
saying
okay,
that I have
okay.
to now do. I have C of O. I still have to have governor's consent on the same piece of land.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
The governor's consent is for the other person.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this. That's the point. What you are saying is also what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't know this. So we need to be extremely careful. We need to be extremely careful. Mr. Bright, I was coming to you. I know you are relatively new, but tell us, when are we expecting your first sale?
Okay. Not concise, but soon. Because, like you said, relatively new, product knowledge, trying to gather as much as possible. For me, key, integrity, and getting that feedback gradually. I follow you guys as much as I can. Just building that. I was just telling you now, on Sunday, I had to go and pitch to someone. Sunday, she's showing interest already. So hopefully, soon as she said, you want to come for inspection. So for me, it's just the trust. Once I have that seated, which is already beautiful. So that's
Who else have I not asked? Mr. Ife? Yes. Madam Alimat, we're asking us the challenges we are having concerning selling. So we want to find out from you when we'll get your first sale. Some people said it's not as if you are not selling, but I are selling for other real estate companies. I don't want to sell for us. Yes, some people said it. I know you are surprised. That how did they know? You are surprised we know, Shay. You are surprised. How did they know? So somebody saw me in that company.
Which company?
So talk to us, Madam Alimat. So far, are there any challenges you are facing? None for now. Okay. Funke, talk to us.
Yesterday, I actually went down. I was at the Kyoto, and I was trying to do whether it's fit to be like all interviews, get a surveying, or just to talk to people. But there was, I don't know, I think this one-on-one going out of the thing, for me, it doesn't really make sense. Because I think people on the streets, they now pay attention to when they see that the company are in mass and they are doing like a mass awareness, or even on your own individual, even with the vest and whatever flyers or whatever identity you're carrying about the company, you just look at it and be like, you don't want to. So it was somehow yesterday, and I don't know, even at the point when I stood there, my leg was shaking. So it was not encouraging at all that yesterday. But talking about online, is I have seen two people who have said that okay. But then again, I think this question keeps coming up where they are always asking, I don't know, sometimes people would have to go and bring some other real estate company. They also have land in legislature and be like, share this one fall from heaven. It's not the same eventually. Why is your own now 18 million? Can it come million? So it's always, though people have been showing interest online than physical, what's it called, awareness on the street. I think it's more or less a challenge.
I think there's more reason to why some real estate companies, their prices, their properties is actually more expensive than others. Like, I was going through a book, like when I was reading about real estate, like there are some
Please, those of us at the back, can we move forward a bit? Please, I beg us. Please, can we move forward a bit? Yes, sir. Please. Can we? Please, thank you. Great.
Like concerning that the price of a real estate company being more expensive than the others, I was going through that book and it told me that there are some companies that you see as a developer, you see some real estate company that their price of property is actually more expensive. And that same place, you see another property very cheap. You ask yourself, why is it like that? Sometimes, honestly speaking, I'm not saying I'm shaming some real estate companies, but sometimes you need to do your due diligence and make a background research on what are the documents that they have on ground concerning that particular landed property. Some companies, they sell it out very cheap, or maybe they are not even completely done with the documentation of that particular land. They are selling to you. And because a lot of people go for things that, oh, it's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap. And they run and then just acquire such properties. And they don't even do a lot of background research on that property they are buying. And you see some properties that are very expensive, and you'll be like, these ones, their prices are too expensive. But when you should check their background and you do that, check the due diligence they've done on such properties, you'll find out that their documents seem to be much more complete than that of the other real estate company. And sometimes we shouldn't lie to ourselves. Forget that there are real estate companies and there are real estate companies.
You know what we have at the long run? Mr. Adeyemi.
Yes.
All of these estates that are out there.
Please hold on. Please hold on.
Okay.
Hello, Farouk. Can you hear me? Loud and clear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
When is MD joining?
In 1 minute.
Okay. So please let him know we are set. Okay, continue, Mr. Dan.
At the long run, all of these estates that are springing up here and there, and at the end of the day, there's only few that will deliver.
Sure. Who hasn't written his name?
It's only few.
Okay, let me start from
Because so many of them.
Welcome, sir.
They are not able to deliver.
Maybe that forget that. We have this, a lot of people have this blind mindset that, okay, since it's a real estate company, that they can't get swindled of their money. Sorry, forget the fact that they are real estate companies. You can still have a lot of big issues whereby even the property you bought, you will find out that it doesn't even belong, and they will not be like, because it was cheap. And a lot of people fall victims of that alone. Because when I ask people, they will be like, hey, it's very cheap. But because of that, you now fall victim of, and you'll be all in the name of that they are real estate companies. They are also a real estate developer. So people have this mindset that because it's a real estate company, that's legit. They can't fall victim of being swindled or anything. I'm not trying to mention names or anything, but all these things still happen.
It's good to go with
listen and do your due diligence and do your background research on the property you're buying.
I think it's good. Maybe we can have a day. We go in mass. Maybe we can storm like Ikeja or we have the site. You understand? The vehicle we control will be branded. Okay. Like that of Berry 2 or 1.
We do all of that. It's because you are new. We do that from time to time. We do that from time to time. Don't worry, later Madam Alima to share her experience with you. The beautiful lady seated behind you. She will share her experience. We do that. We go to all of our sites from time to time. So you see it, take pictures, do videos.
Doing like activation.
No, I feel that.
Oh, is that what? Oh.
No, me, I don't. I feel that when we want to do marketing, I was thinking that maybe we should use more another strategy what we call social proof. And what does it mean by social proof? Maybe if we can get people that have bought properties for GTEXT homes before, not to come out, just like the way people make testimonials. Like if they can just like refer us to other people, or you can just have like one person with them that can like maybe talk to some of their other people. I don't know how to put it, but
no,
social proof works.
Is that like the estate, we will storm the people around there that we are here, then we can give them flyer and how much we are offering. Because you know, if you say that okay now we are in
that plan cannot work. That strategy cannot work. Because most times where the estate is even situated, people around cannot afford what you are selling. So that's why that plan cannot work. Mr. Basil, welcome. How are you, sir? Madam Funke, you're welcome. Okay, we just went online now. The reason being that there's a special webinar where we'll unveil the Gardenia project today. And Dr. Stephen Akintayo is the one who would lead us in that. So that's why we didn't go live since. People, you can, for those who are unable to connect via Zoom, they can also join. We're also streaming live on Facebook and Instagram now. So they can, I think I should drop that in the groups now. So people join us. So we're waiting for Dr. Stephen to join and then begin.
And I was thinking if we are going to give that online, if you are selling online, I was thinking of...
Okay, just wave your hand. Okay. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to today's class. Who is the person there? Is that Pastor Lee or who do we have there?
It's Dominic, sir.
Is that Pastor Lee? Who is speaking there?
It's Dominic. It's Dominic.
The person just show his face close to the camera. I don't know who's there. Somebody was training earlier. I just want to know who is training.
It's Dominic.
Okay, it's Dominic. Okay, great. Is Pastor Lee here already?
No, sir, not yet.
Just you can comment on the chat box. I want to welcome everybody to today's event. I'd like you, if you're watching online, to share the link of today's event. I'm also trying to share and invite everybody. Okay, so we're officially opening for sales of our unique green and smart home called Gardenia. I'm going to be spending a few minutes to explain to you what this is about. We also have some people from our independent sales program who are here called the GCP. They are the people GTEXT is committed to give 50% of our income. And in the month of July, we're also taking people from this team to Maldives. All expense paid vacation.
Wow.
So 4 units of Jasper Gardenia, and people make a deposit of just 5 million between now and the month of June. You are getting all expense paid trip. So just 4. You don't need to do more than 4. Just 4. Okay? Just 4. And you'll be on your way to the all expense paid trip. Myself and one of our contractors who is currently building 2-bedroom, 4 unit of 2-bedroom of Jasper Gardenia in Ibejuleki will be joining me to explain some of what we're doing. So the Gardenia program, we're having both Lagos, we're having Abuja, we're having right now we're having Ikorodu, we're having 3 locations. We're building Gardenia in Ibejuleki, 1 location in Ikorodu, 2 locations in Abuja, and we're having 2 locations in Ogun State very soon, and then we're spreading that way. So I want to share my slide right now. I would like you guys to share this link, the Zoom link, for those of us. If we can share the Zoom link also so that people can be part of this. I'm also seeing how I can share the links, and maybe I will also share the link after the class to people all over the world. Once again, thank you for joining. I appreciate you all for being part of today's class. I want to share my screen now. Let me ask you, can you see my screen at this moment? If you can see my screen, just type, I can see your screen.
I can see your screen, sir.
If you can see my screen, just type, I can see your screen.
I can see.
Okay. I think a couple of us can see my screen. So that's beautiful. I can get, please on Facebook, if you can see my screen, just type, I can see your screen, I can see your screen. Now, I love a very interactive class. I love when I'm doing a training. There's engagement, there's interaction. I also like that immediately we're done with this class, that the media team begin to cut for me clips of today's training. We sometimes don't do that, but it's very important so that immediately we're done, let's have clips, 2 minutes clip, 4 minutes clips, 5 minutes clips. So of today's class. So the name we've called this particular housing design is called Gardenia. We're also having different other designs, but this one is called Gardenia. Now, GTEXT Home is a solution providing real estate firm. The journey began 6 years ago. Since then, we have spread to countries like United Arab Emirates. I'm actually running this training from Dubai location, and US, and we've spread to UK is opening also this year. We believe in providing premium personal service now and well into the future. And we are innovative trailblazers and ahead of others. In fact, with what we're putting together, we will be the largest green and smart home by the year 2035 in Africa and most likely in the world, because nobody is doing the volume we're doing. We will have been building, yeah, you can clap if you want to clap. That's a good sign. Any bad more you thank you for that. So Gardenia by GTEXT Homes is a green and smart home project that is sprouting in over 5 cities in Nigeria at the moment, and this year we were building 1,000 units of it. As pioneer in the field, we have taken upon ourselves to propel Africa into and the world into the future. The truth is climate change is real. There's a lot going on around the world, and if we don't begin to think of sustainable way of building our world, of providing electricity, energy, real estate, we really are putting the world in danger. So Africa is not talking about climate change. Nobody is talking about climate change in Africa. We're even talking about oil spill in the Niger Delta. We're talking about all manner of ecological abuse. That's what we see in Nigeria and other parts of Africa. But we are ahead of the curve. We're pioneers. We just don't like doing things like everybody else. For me, is that we have to define what things should be. And I'm happy that we're doing that. Now, I'll have a question for everyone, whether you're watching live or you're watching, whatever you're watching, okay? What does the word Gardenia mean to you? Okay?
It's from the word Gardenia.
What does the word Gardenia mean to you? So I'm waiting. I want to read the comments. The word Gardenia, what does it mean? We say that the question is you need to understand the meanings of those things, right?
Gardenia is.
So what does the word?
It's Gardenia is coined from the word garden. From garden, and it portrays like green or a flower. Natural.
Okay, the confidence you are using to say this. The confidence you are using to say. Did you read it in a book or something? I don't understand. The level of...
No, sir. I just know it.
Oh, no. Who else wants to try? Who else? Who else wants to try? I'm waiting. Come on, who else? Okay, so I have Esther Uka on Facebook says, from the word garden. Everybody's just saying we get it within building surroundings like garden. Okay, Rock City Property says a garden with green court. What is expected is the confidence level. How many of you even tried to Google it? You didn't even try to Google it. You hear Gardenia, you know. You didn't even try to Google it.
Sir, from Google, it's saying Gardenia is a genus of flowering plants
From coffee.
in the coffee family.
Beautiful.
Rubiaceae was native to the tropical and subtropical regions of Africa, Asia, Madagascar, and Pacific Islands, and Australia.
You can see, if you can see my phone, and also on the slide, you can see how this flower was that's the gardenia. Okay, so we coined it from a particular type of flower. And by the way, all our estates are that way, right? The new one is what's the new name for the new design we're coming up with? Do I have anybody in the construction department to tell me? Edward, you should know that there's a new design we're perfecting at GTEXT. Edward, are you there?
I'm here, sir.
So what's the new design we're working on? You forgot, Edward. You were the one that even, Googled it and posted the definition in the construction department. You forgot.
Oh, sir, that's for the Rosilium. That's for the Rosilium. Yes, but this
that's what I'm talking about. So we have a new design that's more a bit of more higher buildings, like at least 4, 5 story.
Yes, sir.
So Roselium is also a name of a flower. So all our designs are just going to be that fun. We might have 1 or 2 designs outside flowers, but for now. But what is Jasper, by the way? We had Jasper Estate. What is Jasper? Yes, the real estate. So what is Beryl? Yes, Sapphire. What is it? Can somebody give me an answer?
They are precious stones.
Sapphire, yeah.
Beautiful. So we name our estates Precious Stone, and then we name the buildings Beautiful Flowers. Come on, clap for GTEXT so that you understand that we don't just do things for flowers. There's a whole lot of thought process that goes into what we're doing. I'm happy that I believe all our relevant staff are also watching this. Edward, I hope that's the case, because I want this to also people to also be part of this. So this goes into we don't just kind of do things, we kind of take time to go into creating concepts also. So our official flower is Gardenia, and it's the Gardenia flower. The Gardenia flower belongs to the same family as many amendal flower that are both beautiful and tenacious. Come on, I thought you were going to clap for us. Beautiful and tenacious. So when you see us combine green and smart tone, we believe green homes are going to last longer. Smart homes are beautiful. You're able to use your phones, you're able to, everything is automated. And that's who we are, and that's the uniqueness we bring to the marketplace. For me, a lot of time people tell me, Dr. Stephen, I can't come up with great ideas because I'm broke. And I'm saying, money is not the first thing you go for. Okay, even without money, come on, let's see the depthness of your idea. Because if your idea is really original, authentic, it will eventually bring money, right? It will attract. Idea is a money magnetizer. Idea attracts money. For every vision, there's a provision. But you need to first have the vision, right? And you to be real and strong with your vision. So it's not shouting, I don't have money. Let me say this, and this is a powerful principle, okay? As a good entrepreneur, money should be the last thing you think of when building a business or coming up with an idea. Money should be the last thing you think of. However, sometimes don't start if you don't have the money, but do not let money stop you from thinking it. Do not let money stop you from planning it. Do not let money stop you from perfecting it. Because usually, when money then comes, it's also sudden. And it will only come to whoever is prepared, right? So, suddenly somebody can just tell you, hey, I have $2 million. I'm looking for what to do with it. Now, at that point, you see, money is now waiting. But the question is, if you don't have a smart idea to meet the money will go elsewhere. It will go into the hands of the person who has already planned and prepared and come up with the right information. That's how this is done, guys. So when we say green, luxury. When we say smart, thinking, comfort. Okay, green is not cheap. Green is expensive. You need to know. Okay, so what we put together is green and smart. And it's a mixture of both luxury and a mixture of comfort. We're even working at the moment on a new jingle. It's going to be airing on most TV stations. And in that jingle, you're going to see, I just love the concept of GTEXT. So we're going to show somebody in somewhere in a poorer neighborhood, right? Trying to open the door. And in fact, at some point, the kids do jaga, tiki. Okay? And we're going to show the same person in just Gardenia. And by just singing, just saying, oh, the door just opened in their own accord. That's our latest advert that's going to be running on TV. But what we're trying to picture there is that what we bring to you is comfort, is luxury, is is something that will last long, and that's our vision here, and that's what we are bringing to you, and that's who we are. Now, let me go back. So all Gardenia will have our green features. Now, our green features follow the United Nations international goal to provide clean, affordable energy for all. Using our unique of quality finishing, we offer luxury at its peak, and we have 3 ways of doing this. 3 ways. Okay? Number 1, biodigester system. Can everybody type biodigester system? Come on, everybody, can you type biodigester system? Now, I've been hearing a lot of people want to work for GTEXT, and people are excited about who we are and all that. GTEXT is not one of the easiest places to work with. I mean, work in. If you're not hardworking, because it's easy when people just, I want to work with you. And then when they come there, they work too much. They don't even consider us. Well, bros, it's not, people do not grow great by playing idle, okay? There's a song by somebody, Oju eni mala, Oju eni mala, okay? So, our generation wants to laugh, but we don't want our Oju to see, okay? So, please, some of you are just super excited about working at GTEXT. One of the easiest places to. First of all, GTEXT will tax your brain. GTEXT will demand hard work from you. GTEXT will expect you to think out of the box. That's the kind of company we are. We just love creativity. We love people who think deep. By the way, these developments and some of the things you're seeing, even this slide, was not done by me. It was done by our process manager, right? And I didn't tell him what to put there. He should use his brain. So people work in GTEXT. That's why a lot of companies are trying to steal our people. And they're welcome. We train them. You steal them. No problem. If that's our destiny, we don't mind. But what you need to know at GTEXT, for those of you who want to work with us, you're welcome. But is not one of the easiest places to. It's not for the average person. You have to be above average. So the first thing that Gardenia offers is the biodigester system. Now, our uniquely designed biodigester system is able to extract sewage from your houses and deposit it into a central sewage system. Then, our system converts the sewage to biogas and the power to be used on our street and for security. So the concept is that from your poo-poo, we are creating electricity. I don't know if you like that. Nothing can waste. However, we're also doing a hybrid system where we're also combining this with solar, right? So we're using digester. We're also using solar, so that it's a hybrid system. When there is heavy sun, we're able to pick some, and then other time we're able to use poo-poo. We turn it to. By the way, we are not as crazy as Bill Gates. Bill Gates' latest technology that is funding is that poo-poo is turned to clean water. Even I think one of the tests took the water, like this water now. That's what it's doing. Right, so one of the concepts Bill Gates is working on is such that, when people poo-poo, the water comes out of it, and they are still able to also use a part of it for energy. I mean, it's really crazy, renewable energy. Number two is solar. So our estate will have solar power backup for all estates. So all solar power back on the estate will ensure that security power are available 24/7 for those who live in the Gardenia. We do not plan to connect with to the national grid. We don't need NEPA, so that we won't be shouting up NEPA, down NEPA. We are going to be producing our own electricity, and by the grace of God, we will be celebrating 10 years, without light going on. 20 years. Once we celebrate 100 years in Gardenia without light going on. That's the goal, and that's also why we are doing hybrid, so that even if the energy in the biogas finish, you have a backup with solar, right, that can be used. Number three is also electric car chargers. Are you happy to hear that?
Yes,
Come on. Okay, now by the way, I was coming from the US. I was supposed to do Tesla. And in fact, one of my goals was that if, but COVID, there's a lot of restriction to, we have one of my followers on social media who was hosting me. He works with Tesla. And one of my goals was to see, once after touring their plant, to see if it's possible that we probably will have a partnership with Tesla for our estate, that if you live in Gardenia, you have an opportunity to be able to buy Tesla, then use Tesla, and just, one of the concepts we're looking at, but we're going to be providing opportunities so that in the estate you can charge your car, and because again, we're thinking the future. And what I love about the locations where Gardenia are, they are beautiful locations. We have one opposite, adjacent the Dangote Jetty and the Lekki Golf Course. And what's unique about that location is that you have amazing development there. I've been saying this to investors. You do not need, you just invest in Jasper, Gardenia, and go and sleep. I guarantee you, we'll get people to rent it and to live there, and you'll be getting your money on a regular basis. In fact, as I speak to you, there's a massive housing shortage in that axis, because Dangote currently has 6,000, can everybody say 6,000? 6,000 Indians who are having to live in temporary shelter in Dangote refinery as I speak to you. There are 3,000 Chinese, can you say 3,000 Chinese? 3,000. Okay? 3,000. Also living in temporary shelters. In other words, these people are living in almost like a trampoline kind of temporary shelter because there's no place to live. Now we have major other people who are having to come from Ajah, from Lekki to come every morning. If you pass, we have 4 estates there. If you stay in that axis very early, you see massive truck bringing people every morning from Lekki, Ajah. So right now you build a house in that location, people already rented it, right? Immediately. So that's the beauty of what Jasper Gardenia is bringing to you. So let's look at the smart aspect of this. By the way, how many of you like the beauty of this that you're looking at? You love how beautiful this is. Can you type? It's beautiful. Come on. Those of you physically on the ground, you can clap. I love it. It's a long time to come up with the designs, but they're beautiful. And they're very simple and lovely. So now all Gardenia are all smart homes. These smart homes can be configured, modified to fit your mood and keep you updated with temperature, light, ambience, door control, appliances, TV, speaker, security, cameras, and everything is all synced into one. In fact, once you enter, you're going to be having the iPad for every room. There's an iPad. There's a tab for the living room, tab for every room. So, and also the control can also be linked with your phone. It can also be linked with your wristwatch. You're using a smartwatch, right? So you have, and this just gives you that unusual smartness about the designs. Okay, so we'll just show you the parking opportunity for parking your car, based on how it's been designed. There's a lot of green. The goal is green, 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 plants everywhere, and there's a feeling that does. Okay, so experience comfort. There are a couple of videos here. I'm going to skip it because it's not the exact Gardenia video. I don't know why the person who did this slide didn't put the interior design as well as the smart design videos. This is just of a similar institution, but it's the same concept. So I'm going to skip it because it's not what we are working on. Now, also you experience luxury lifestyles. I will play this video for you to watch some 3D of the outdoor.
GTEXT Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
So the latter part was more of the high-rise aspect of it. So every of our estate, you kind of have different factors and different areas. There's also a couple of good news that I'm going to be giving you over time concerning each of our estates. For example, every of our estate that is 50 acre and above will be having a golf course. Now all these people who are buying land, and honestly, many people who bought land from GTEXT Homes do not even understand how wealthy they are about to become. Now that we're going to, full designs, they don't even have an idea. And I can assure you, one day when you start hearing people, just do videos and be praying for me, I did pay them money. So I will say, maybe they paid them money to act. It's just genuine joy, and that when they started investing with us, they never even knew we're going to, deliver beyond what we promised. But that's how it works. Promise little, deliver more. So I'm going to allow a contractor of the first set of buildings. They already have other buildings, we have 5 bedroom going on. We have 1 bedroom, 3 bedroom, and all of that. But he's the first who started 4 units of 2 bedrooms. So he's going to be sharing with us a couple of things they've been doing. And because in our Dubai office, I only have 1 Nigerian. Everybody else is either from Egypt or Syria or from other parts of the world, but major the Arabian world. And many of them are just shocked at our work ethic. I told her, I said, look, we didn't get here, okay, by playing around. And, we worked hard to get here. And one of our core values is hard work. I told her, I said, look, and it's not about the money. If they come to our Nigeria office, they're going to see people, we close 6 p.m. If you go to our office, you're going to see people 10 p.m. still working. Nobody has them to wait that long on their own. We just love to work hard, right? So this culture of, because sometimes when you see me, many of you, when you see me, take picture in the golf, take picture in houses, in your mind, this guy just they enjoy all the time. I'm just working. Now marketing as a So if you judge me by what you see on social media, we're going to miss it, because you cannot come in expecting that, from the one at work, this will just be partying, okay? We are not here, we're entrepreneurs, we're business people. And so hard work is hard work. There's no shortcut. We can try to make it fun, and we always try to make it fun. But it doesn't change that it's hard work. Okay, so I'm going to allow Dr. Adeyemi Adeniyi. He's going to say a few things. People have been disturbing me. How much? One of the ways you have a good product is when people start asking you for the price before you even mention the price. Okay, and one of the powerful secrets of sales, because they don't ask you for the price, doesn't mean you should tell them. Still give them some suspense. Still tell them, hold on, Chele, let me still tell you more. Right? It's not about the money. Let's tell you what we are offering. Okay? So the same thing I'm doing today. Those of you asking me for price, Chele, hold on. Let's so that you can appreciate. And by the way, the reason why you do that is not that you want shakara, it's just so that they can appreciate what you're offering them. Else, people are just going to price what you're doing with peanuts, because they don't even understand the quality and all that they put in. So put your hands together for Dr. Doctor, take it away. Are you there? Dr. Adeniyi there?
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thought rapture has happened.
If it is rapture, you will have gone.
Yes, you can go ahead. You need to unmute yourself. I think you're muted.
Okay. I'm fully here now. Thank you, Dr. Steve.
In terms of the carcass, and the rest will just be stuff. So in the next 8 weeks, 3 weeks, in the next paying outright, that's if you're paying outright. If you're paying installment, it's when you finish paying, you get keys. In fact, when you finish paying, we ask you to give us 90 to 150 days. But like I said, we love to promise less and deliver more. That's just my rule. Somebody's asking 3-bedroom, how much is the down payment? For 3-bedroom, your down payment is 7 million, and then you spread 2 million every month for 2 years. In 2 years, you're done, finish the payment. So what is beautiful about this, we realized a lot of people wanted to own houses, they didn't want to buy land, but they don't have the money in bulk. And because of the rise in dollars and all of that, now 2 million is just 4,000. It's almost like $4,000 now. It gives you 4,000 a little bit, between $4,500 kind of give you 2 million. Many people already make more than that. They can afford to set aside $4,500 every month. Okay, those in Britain can afford to set aside £3,000 every month to be paying. But what they were telling me is that they can't pay the money in bulk. That 37 million, 30 this, they can't pay in bulk. So what we had to I was reluctant doing this because sometimes I hate when people say, oh, I'm going to pay between social time, and start seeing them dragging, and it affects our ability to also move fast. But we finally cracked the code, and I said, you know what, we'll come up with this concept. You deposit a little and start paying. Once your payment hits 50%, we start, work on your side. Okay, it's targeting the fact that within that 6 months, 1 year, when you'll be done paying, okay, your house will be ready. So even the fact that we're asking you to give us extra 90 is just so that, just to be on the safe side. Because in construction, just put things, it's better to promise less and then deliver more. That's how you don't spoil things. Madam Olubunmi Asumo, I hope I've answered you. And by the way, guys, if you want me to book a unit for you, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, just let me know now. Let's book. I'm already booked. I've booked the first one. I'm ready to book the second one. So talk to me. Let me see. Okay, so I have Eniola Adeshina says, good evening, Dr. Akintayo. Please, for those who are already a practicing property broker, if I get a client who purchased like 10 units and above, and the client wants me, his property manager, to manage it for him or her, is he accepted? Absolutely. If the client wants you to be the one to get tenants, yeah, but the facility management is done by us. But in terms of getting who will rent it and all of that, absolutely. But for all our estate, we are in charge of the facility management because we are the one providing electricity, water, all of that, right? So, but in terms of, cleaning the room, the property, renting it out for your client, absolutely, absolutely. Also, Mr. Edward, I don't know whether you've announced the commission programs. We give 5% for, by the way, many of you may not know this, the total commission formula for housing is different from land. So we give out 5% direct commission, 2% second, and 1% third generation. So a total of 8% is what is going out. Okay, so 5% is the direct commission we're giving on the housing program. So you need to know that because housing commission is different from land, okay? Because you don't even have that level of profit, okay? That you can be given 15% like we give in the case of land. You don't even have that level to be able to give that much commission. Okay, let me see. Any more questions? Questions? Those of you in Lagos, Nigeria, let's have your own question. By the way, I'm still expecting Zoom and Facebook questions. Let me also check other Facebook page. Edward, if you have a question maybe from the GTEXT HOMES page, please help me just read them out. I know we're streaming on different platforms, So I hope I'm not missing question from the other platform.
Okay, so we have questions from Facebook.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it out.
Iban Gamia Value. Eromon, man, I'm so sorry. I know you can hear me, but I'm so sorry I murdered the name. It says, good evening, boss. Sir, please. Okay. Okay, not actually a question. It said, this is bring abroad to home country. Great ideas and unique ones, sir. That is Esther Oka. I think she's just saying thank you so much for bringing this to Nigeria. These are things that they hear from abroad, but she's really elated and very excited that we're bringing it to Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're happy about it. I mean, this is the reason we as a company expanded, right? Because, people always complain, all our leaders, they have international exposure, but they can't do it back at home. But the truth is that we can't keep waiting for the leaders. We ourselves, the reality is that what we are building is the GTEXT country, right? It's our own, because once you have your own estate, you have your own electricity, you are not using the grid, you're the country of your own. Do you know, guys, there's a place called Bonny Island? If you go there, you don't believe, it's not Nigeria, right? They've never had power shortage, they've never, and I think that's how we can change the country. Right? Because all of us are waiting for politicians. The politicians will always be politicians. Before I take next question from Edward, I have some questions on Zoom. Joy Naomi says, book 2 or 3 bedroom for me. My man wants to rent it out. You have to be specific, Joy. We have limited units that we're using for this program. And so you have to be specific, like which one you want. By the way, booking is by payment. I'm only taking Oluwatoyin because she wants to pay today. Right? It's not, there's nothing like book me, and for is that what they say where I come from. So it's easy to prepare vegetable soup now, but in a situation like this, it's not by amount, it's by money. Olawale Dada says, can a client do initial payment of 10 million balance in 3 years after their GTEXT return on investment? Absolutely, GTEXT is different from GTEXT Homes. They are owned by the same company, but they are different because the GTEXT money we're using to build some of these houses and developing some of these places. So they are kind of like a different pool. So I wouldn't say you should. By the way, we don't have 3-year spread. We only have 2 years. But obviously, once you receive, assuming your returns meets up with that 2 years, once you receive your return, you then transfer. But there are even different accounts. There are different pools. So once you get your commission from GTEXT, you can then credit GTEXT Homes account to balance. But what we do is that it's a spread. So you deposit X, you keep paying certain amount on a monthly basis till you're able to finish paying. So if, let's say, what is remaining of your payment meets up with when you are getting your GTEXT returns, absolutely. But it's not like John Naomi says, can you talk about how to rent it out? So we can help you rent it out. There's nothing to talk about it. We currently have information we've gotten from Big Group, Kellogg, all these places that if we have property developed already, they are willing to rent it to their staff. So there's no stories about, at least if you are coming through us, right? Issues of helping you to rent out your property is not the issue. They are already deficit. And you need to know there is housing deficit in Nigeria. The housing deficit, a lot of people don't even know. I wish I had put these things in the slide, but these are things people need to know. The housing deficit in Nigeria is over 6 million. A lot of you don't know. You go to some places in Lagos, 1 bedroom. I saw it in my book, 8 people in 1 bedroom. So there is already a massive housing deficit in Nigeria. Massive. But the challenge most people make is in choosing location. Let me give you a typical example of what I was sharing with somebody. People heard of Ibejuleki and what was going to happen. A lot of people started rushing to Shombotedo, but they failed to realize that Shombotedo to Ibejuleki is still about an hour, if not more. So what you needed, so a lot of people didn't know why we were buying at, Ibejuleki itself. It's because we wanted situations where people leave the refinery, they leave the seaport, they leave the Kellogg, Indomie factory, Power Oil, all those factories there. They leave there, they move, they just drive 10 minutes, 20 minutes, max. You are back at home. That was what we, and some people were not smart because they were still trying to attach themselves to Lekki, at the same time trying to project for Dangote refinery. It doesn't work that way, right? And so people who bought in Ibejuleki are getting better returns than those who bought in Dangote next year. So massive development there. I don't even want to give you names, right? Some of the most powerful people in this country, they have a house there. Okay, powerful. When I say powerful, in Ibejuleki, powerful people. But there was a house I was passing through. I just noticed white, big, massive, and someone was saying, that's Daddy house. He comes there when he wants coded, coded time. So Ibejuleki is like the golden, the same way. That's why we 4 estate GTEXT has there. It's strategic. When you come to real estate, you just have to be strategic about the locations. Location is how you make it in real estate. So for us, where we are situated at estate, you forget, if you want us to help you with the rent, just go and sleep. We can help you with that. So I hope Joy and Naomi have answered you, okay? You're welcome. Yes, Edward, go ahead. Edward, are you there? Edward. Where did Edward go?
I'm here, sir.
Taking you to have a question. I want him to make us a co-host. Because I love that.
I've been reading a lot of people's comments online. They're just saying it's a very good session, awesome offer, amazing. I think a lot of people are just very proud that we're doing this, and they are happy that GTEXT Homes is doing something that nobody else has ever done in the real estate space. The fact that they've heard of smart estates, they've heard of some people call them their estates, green estates, but it's just put plants there. But listening to you explain what green means and what smart means, and then we being the first company, first real estate company in Africa to be doing this is blowing people's minds off. I think that's just it for now.
Beautiful. Well, we're happy too. I mean, it's taken 6 years to finalize this. So this year we're laying foundation for 1,000 units. And by next year, people will just be collecting their keys and be smiling. Now, many people do smart. Some people are doing smart. Few people have done green, but not like green, right? But nobody has combined both, So what we've done is to do both. And that just has set us apart, and we encourage you to pray for us, and that God gives us good contractors and speed, to meet up. We have a race of 25,000 between now and the year 2035. So we're hoping this year we do 1,000. Next year we start with 2,000 units like that. By the year 2035, we should have delivered 25,000 green and smart homes. Kari Ponda says, in the US states, where are you planning to build? So we do not intend to. US doesn't have building problem. Okay, US has selling problem. So in the US, our goal is not to build, our goal is to buy, renovate. That's how US market works. So when you enter a market, you need to understand what the real challenges are. And there are more than enough houses in the US. So what is needed is more of you buy and renovate it and put out. But at some point, we might build some if we see the opportunities. Maybe in places where there is really housing deficit. I'm aware only where Amazon headquarters is, what's it called? Seattle is one of those places that has that massive real estate shortage. But in some other places, you don't really have housing shortage in the US. So what we're doing more is we buy, we renovate, we rent out, we do short lease and things like that. We buy at auction, fix it, but that's more of land market. So it's not a market for building. It's Nigeria where you have massive housing deficit, okay, that you kind of need heavy building that is needed. So said there are a lot of factors, some I can't say on here, that we kind of look at, but the immediate need right now isn't building in the US. We're in New York and Florida, those are two major bases, and they don't really have, it's just buy, fix, except you want to do massive skyscrapers, you have billions of dollars. Okay, so we have some people in Nigeria, so let's hear you guys, those of you in Nigeria. Who is the first person to shoot?
Anyone? Question? Anybody?
Okay, so those of you in Nigeria, you don't have any questions, are it? Okay, so are you ready to rock and roll? Can you sell this? Let's do a role play. Pick somebody, let the person sell Gardenia to me. ASAP. Oh yeah. Let's see, that's how you know whether they learned or not. Not just that they kick their head. Yeah, let them come and market Gardenia now. So why you guys pick who is coming? Mrs. Titi.
A lot of people are joining from Facebook, that's why it's up.
Yeah, Mrs. Titilayo is asking after today how much is the initial deposit. Well, basically, Mr. Titilayo, our goal is we're doing two things today. One, we're giving a very low entry barrier, which is you deposit as low as 5 million. For the 1 bedroom or 6 million for the 2 bedroom, like that, and you can pay for up to 2 years, right? Secondly, we're giving 5 million naira discount. So those are the two major stuff, but we have just 50 units we are targeting for this. So once we hit our 50 units, it may be today, it may be next week, it may be Friday, it may be tomorrow. The price goes to the normal price. Also, please note that normally in real estate, right, any house that is already finished, you have between Nigeria, you have between 10 to 15 million higher in the prices. So you are also still getting further discount because this is an off-plan sales, right? But once, like the ones Pasuni is doing now, once it's done, average of them will have at least between 10 to 15 million higher than the prices you're seeing on the flyer. It's just the way it is all over the world. We sell houses also here in Dubai. So if you are buying off-plan sales, some of the houses you buy for as low as $400,000 here in Dubai. But if it's already completed, you can't pay less than 600,000. So you're having like a whooping sometimes 200,000 USD just because you wanted something that's completed, right? So. And this is why this is beautiful, because first of all, it solves the fact that you don't have bulk cash, so you're able to pay gradual, And secondly, it also gives you the opportunity to buy at a cheaper price than you will have paid for. I also allow personally say a few things on this. I have a question on Olawale that says, Dr. Stephen, thank you for this innovative development. AI suggestion dropped into my mind. GTEXT Home can partner with Tesla, Samsung, so people can pay for Gardenia estate at a price and get Tesla electric car, Samsung smartphone, and smart gadget. In fact, I agree with you. In fact, we will be doing even more than what we have said, but you need to know, Mr. Olawale, that the constraint we have here is the money, right? So, what I mean by the money is that because of the banking system, people struggle to have this flexible payment. Now, if I want to buy a property in the US, what 500,000? The bank can tell me I should just deposit 20,000 and spread the rest for 30 years. The bank will pay the developer in full, while I move on. Same thing in buying houses. Some people were challenging me. Dr. Stephen, why are you investing in the US? You should put your money in Nigeria. And I laugh. I don't need to put my money to expand real estate in the US. They have a banking system. They have a credit system that makes it super easy. I'll give you an example. I see a property in the US I want to buy, worth 500,000 USD, right? All I need to do is before I even pay for the property, look for somebody who can rent that same property and guarantee to be paying me, let's say, 30,000 USD every month. Just by showing the credit guys that here's a letter. This person has said, if I buy this property, he will pay me X. I'm just giving an example. These are not fixed figures. He will be paying me X, and he has agreed to take a lease of 5 years. Do you know that what the lender is likely to give me on that property is as high as 450,000 USD, sometimes 496,000 USD. So how much am I using to pay for that property? All I'm adding is $10,000 because the credit guy has given me a good part of. You see how that industry works. So at the end of the day, and this is why this is beautiful. Now the mortgage on it, let's say the person renting it is now paying me 30,000, like I said. The mortgage on it in some cases is as low as 15,000. So how much am I now making? I'm making 15,000 from technically I didn't even pay, right? Because as soon as the person start paying me, I've knocked up the initial 10,000 that I put in, and I'm already making money. So and that's what some people don't understand. When they see me in our company expanding in US, or this, you think that we are bringing money, we are spending money. I just laugh. The system. That's why many of you who live abroad, who are not coming, joining my real estate coaching program, so that we can open your eye to how to make money. You are in this system, and you're just playing victim around, right? I can't be a US citizen, and let me not go. The kind of money I will have right now, right? And it's because our people just don't value education. All we do is you go there, I'll do my master's, then I'll do my PhD, I'm doctor. Okay, go and use to collect money in the bank. Okay, doctor does not make you rich. And yet you see some of these people, the reason they are getting all those degrees was because they want to be richer. You don't, get PhD to be rich. You go meet a rich man to teach you how he did it. Informal training. That's how you get there. And he's not going to do it free, because I didn't learn real estate free. One of the trainings I did on real estate cost me $27,000 online, one man. So you want to learn that for free? Continue. We will do it for free. Pastor Lee, do you want to say what to Okay.
Thank you so much, my director. And when I heard the word continue from you, it was as if Jonathan was the one talking. Continue. Let's just do a few hurdles I mean, for those who are joining, who want to consider this offer this evening, I'd like you to know that you are doing yourself a huge favor, simply because there are lots of issues that are peculiar with the real estate industry in Nigeria. And some of those issues, you have overcome them by buying into this project. What am I saying? Now, you and I know that Dr. Stephen has mentioned that there are issues that are associated with change in price. When it comes to change in price of materials, nobody has control over that. Nigeria is attributable to be a consuming nation and not a producing nation per se. So what that means is that virtually everything we use in construction, it has to be imported. So if you are the one who decides to build these houses, what that means is that you stand the risk of buying, different building materials at different varying prices. So it means that when you plan to buy when you plan to complete your project, maybe give or take for like 30 million at the beginning, if a deal is given to you by the countries of Europe, your countries of Europe, you stand the risk of paying up to 50 million naira by the time you're going to complete the project. But this is a risk that a company takes off you when you buy through the company. Just like Dr. Stephen said, you understand, you can't go back to the company and tell the company that, the company cannot come back to you and say that, because of COVID-19, the amount we said before, 30 million, we can't eventually sell for 30 million, it has to be 50 million. It's not possible. But when you decide to build by yourself, when such a thing happens, you have to bear the risk all by yourself. So we have high cost in building materials, we have high cost in labor costs. Labor has increased. People who normally charge maybe about 2,000 naira per day, who are the laborers, some of them charge as much as 3,000 to 5,000 naira now per day. That means we have about 150% increase, between 100 and 150% increase. So it means that all of these factors attribute to the price of what you're buying. So when you buy on a certain day like today, you are doing yourself a huge kind of favor. I'm even surprised that the GTEXT is doing it off. Reason because I know that my company had even tried to discuss with him that there's variation and there's a change in the amount we are building. That everything has shot up. We don't have control over it. Even to stand that we are not importing, that we have here in Nigeria, the price has gone up. Sand, block, iron is ridiculously high now, the rate. Cement, and we're being told that all things being equal, the way things are going right now, by October, November, the prices of cement will move from 3,000 today, will move to about 4,500 naira. So what are you waiting for actually? Whatever you want to do, just take while the sun shines. That's just the truth. Because time waits for no man. Apart from all of this, there are other issues that have to do with digital evolution. Things are changing today. God has done things that, we have very high demand for commercial properties. Commercial properties are not like the way they used to sell again. Residential properties are selling more. Because a lot of companies will decide to work and make great things happen even from the comfort of their residential homes. So, instead of paying hugely for that rental space that you're using for your business, you can actually buy a residential home and operate from home. I always tell people that each time you have an opportunity to buy a residential apartment, don't think of the user perspective alone. Think of the business perspective to it. Somebody can say that, how will I live, where I'm working in town here, and where I'm living in a social place? No, I always tell them, you know what? Buy from the business perspective. Think of rental first. Because, there are people who are dying to live in that place that we're talking about this evening. I can tell you for free because there's huge traffic on that road. There is huge massive of people on that road. Organizations are moving there massively. Meaning that you have an assured way of getting your return for your investment. If you buy, you are not losing anything. I can tell you. Sincerely, I've studied the industry in the last 13 years, and I can tell you that it's a very viable industry, especially looking at that target. There's a young man, now an elderly man, who used to work, that company, he was working with ExxonMobil at the time. Now, when they would go from ExxonMobil, where their office is on the island, they would go to Ibejuleki houses, like a place Tropicana for a retreat, as far back as the 2000s, early 2000s and all of that. They go to the Tropicana area, some of his friends started buying property around that place. And this man would say, like imagine I can find what it would look like. Maybe like years 2000, 2001, and all that. And that look like they didn't have advertisement on anything that find. Like I find Tropicana, like I find Tropicana, like I find. People were going there for getaway. What we call them like retreat from the organization. So everyone would take them there. All his colleagues, they started buying. This man refused to buy. The bad news is that today he's working in Dangote refinery. He's a tenant in that house now. He rented a house in that place. And this is what he will have bought about 20-something years ago, 20 years ago. Now he's a tenant in that place. He never believed that he will have anything to do on that with that house. Because the only thing that takes him there is the tree. Today, he's a tenant in that area. The same place we are in. So what I'm saying in essence is that, don't think about yourself alone now. Think about your uncle, think about your brother, think about those people that you think that, they may not be able to think investing right now. They are willing to invest. Money is flying around. A huge lot of volume of money is coming into Nigeria, and there are some companies that are collecting this money. Real estate companies. Now, the truth is this: for those who are my GTP members who are here, now, how much of this money flowing are you willing to make for them? For those who are buying, out of all of this money coming into Nigeria, how much of it belongs to you that you are using to tie something down in a real estate company? Please make a while the sun shine. I will say it again. Thank you for now, sir.
Awesome, amazing. So, guys, if you've had a great time today, can you tap I've had a great time? I've had a great time. Do you want to clap for me and Dr. Adeyemi Adeniyi? I thought you were going to clap for us with the one who is able to answer all your questions today. I want to say a big thank you for coming. It's really, really exciting having you. It's good to see all of you, the GCP guys. I can see an NYC couple there. Who came with his uniform. What's your name?
My name is Maiwa. Wait, we are muted. Oh, okay.
What's your name?
My name is Maiwa. My name is Maiwa. Mayowa.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Mayowa. Nice to meet you. Can each person just introduce themselves one-on-one? Those of you in class, one-on-one, just introduce. Yes, we have Mayowa. Where are you? What did you study?
I studied transport management technology.
Nice. I love that you're starting this GCP program where we invest a lot of money in it. It's just amazing to learn how to be a broker. And I look forward to seeing all of you on May 1st at the Global Property Conference. Yeah, we have Franka Don, we have Rasan, we have Lude Manuel, we have actually somebody we didn't even put on the flyer, John Max. Wow. So it's okay, so next person, your name and what you do.
My name is Kunle Oshinoiki. Today is my first time.
Congratulations. Come on, let's clap for him. Are you enjoying the class? Did you enjoy the meeting today? Did you enjoy the class today?
Yes, sir. I've been following you on the YouTube. And,
really?
Yes, and I responded to your
request for marketing and sales professional.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is it the okay?
The
Good.
application.
I mean, yeah, the person in charge is Opemi Poloto. She's our sales manager. Because you need to know, these people in GTEXT, they just use me as the errand boy. I just work for them. And they are spokesperson, and they are the marketer. So there are a lot of things that they handle, and I see people do it a lot. They will just start me ahead. So yes, you are giving out a job. I'll be like, I'm not the HR. It's just that that you know, I have a huge platform and all of that. So company stuff are being posted also on my page, and I help to do videos and all that. But there are people in the system who are actually the people who make things work, and I think I appreciate them. But sometimes it has disadvantage, but some of you don't know them, and then you think I'm the one, you know, about you. So there's a lady called Loto. You can ask for her and tell her you've applied, and you're ready, you're fired up. You know, I'm sure she will consider it okay. Okay, next person. Next person.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Adeyemi.
What do you do? Why is he shy? What do you do at Adeyemi?
Now I'm selling clothes.
So I'm selling GTEXT Home.
Selling GTEXT Home.
No, actually, it's okay. Maybe clothes is a fashion, but there's money in the estate, so you better sell GTEXT Home. You know, but it's okay. Nice meeting you, Alima.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next person.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. This face is familiar.
I'm here with Adeyemi. And I'm a realtor.
Yeah, what do you do there?
I'm a realtor.
You're a realtor.
Yeah.
You don't sell clothes at all.
I sell real estate.
I like that. Okay. Nice meeting you.
Same here, sir.
Yeah. Next person.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Stephen Akintayo.
Like that. What do you do?
I'm a real estate consultant.
Okay, interesting. Aside real estate, do you do other things?
I'm into comics.
Comics? Like you do comic books?
Yeah, comics that teaches financial literacy. Super good that teaches financial literacy.
Great, I like that. Nice one. Good job.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, next person.
My name is Oluwa Funke. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Okay, nice meeting you. What do you do?
I'm a realtor, so I sell real estate.
Yes. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's how we do it. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Who is the person beside you? Are you together?
It's not our So it's not his one.
So who are you left? Your name, sir?
Fashion, sir.
What do you do?
I do real estate. As a realtor.
Okay, nice. Nice meeting you.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Adeyemi. I'm a realtor.
Miriam, Adeyemi.
Yes, sir.
Are you related to Dr. Adeyemi?
No.
You better be related to me. You better be related to me. Okay, nice meeting you. Next person.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Basi Okechukwu. Yes, sir.
Nice meeting. What do you do?
Before now, I've been in contract work, I do roofing and railings on site, so I've always been a site man. So I have this opportunity to be a GCP group. So I'm expanding into real estate.
Nice. And you're wearing my cap, the SA cap. I had to get it. I hope you paid for it.
Thank you, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir, from here. Yeah, my name is Bright Benson. Yeah, an educator, that means I teach. I'm a visual artist, and right now in the real estate space.
What deep? Nice having you.
Yeah, same here, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Babindele Olushino. I'm an accountant turned to real estate consultant.
From counting other people's money, yes. I like that. Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Unveiling. I'm here for the first time.
Wow.
You came with your son
I
too.
hope you had a great time today.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sure, sir.
You came with your son. Why did you bring your son?
No, I'm just wanting to get familiar to real estate.
So start early.
Wow.
To stay early the better.
So start early. Why are you shy now?
There is money in land and real estate. So collect the money.
Emmanuel. Akoni, what's your educational background?
Like I'm 83.
Nice way to start.
It says great. I mean, what your dad is doing for you, it's a powerful thing because you're having an opportunity to learn about business, about work.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Right? You know, the earlier the better. How old
I'm 17, sir.
How old are you?
17.
17.
Right, that's better. I started reading Rich Dad Poor. The earlier the better. So good job, Dad.
Thank you, sir.
Next person.
That's all, sir.
Okay, we want to say thank you all for coming. Also for you on stage. On Zoom, on ground, we say thank you. Also thank Dr. Adeyemi Adeniyi for showing up and sharing with us. What's your final statement as we wrap up today?
Let me just say thank you so much, sir, for this platform and for this opportunity to impact knowledge again and to enlighten our great people from all over the world. I would just want to appreciate every of the GCP members for consistently being a part of this group, believing in this organization, believing in the vision of the vision here, and also trying to connect with all of the facilitators part time. I want to tell you that this that you are investing today, you are investing not just in today, but in the future. And I'd like you to pay closer attention to every of the information that comes out to you by time. Take them. It may come in the form of a joke, it may come in the form of a real message, it may come in the form of a reference to a book. Take them seriously, pay attention to them, and before you know it, you become an authority even in this field of real estate. Because a little here, a little there, and that's how a river or an ocean is being formed. Pay attention and sell your way to the top till you get to where you're going. I love you all, and thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, Edward, I need to have a follow-up with Mr. Luatosi Banjo.